Bonjour à vous tous et bienvenue à ce 54e épisode de Danganronpa Trigger et Havoc. Mon nom est Rekels et j'espère que de votre côté, vous allez bien. Donc, au courant du dernier épisode, on a vu Monokuma qui est venu se mêler à la foule qui reste, donc les 6 personnages qui restent, pour nous dire qu'il débloquait en fait toutes les portes qui devaient être barrées dans l'école jusqu'à date, incluant le dortoir du deuxième étage. Donc, c'est là qu'on s'est rendu ensemble pour essayer de découvrir des informations. On a été dans les lockers, tout était barré, pas grand chose à faire là. Ensuite, on s'est rendu dans la seule pièce qui était ouverte. Donc, la seule pièce qui n'était pas en fait détruite, qui était en fait la chambre à coucher du headmaster. Kyoko nous y attendait et on a essayé d'ouvrir une porte secrète. Est-ce qu'on y est arrivé? Est-ce que le potentiel était vraiment Kyoko? On va le découvrir ensemble. Bon visionnement. La porte est ouverte. Puis... wow. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
Why?
Oh mon dieu, elle aime pas ça. Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko! Come here, Kyoko! Oh no. Hey, Kyoko! I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. Le fameux cadeau. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy. J'ai juste pensé à... Ouais, qu'est-ce que Monokuma va faire pour essayer de la déstabiliser pour vrai, là. That's what made it so unusual. La photo de son père. I'd better check out that suspicious prison before I do anything. Ah non, faut pas. La tête de son père, ce serait vraiment la belle affaire. Hein? Not a person, not a collier, ouais. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Ça peut être une bombe. Why? You think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprisingly, probably.
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Elle pense la même chose que toi, look. New set of gloves, ouais, c'est ça. Are you saying it's something that would make me want to scream? Well, okay. I'm just gonna open it. Let's go. Step by heavy step, I approach the box. I took a deep breath, then took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted up. Light began to snake its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside, and... Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It was bones. C'est clairement les os de son père, du headmaster. C'est sûr. Il a la tête défoncée en tout cas. Il a dû manger un méchant coup sur la tête. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined the ultimate despair, man?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? What was in the box? Je me rappelle plus vraiment des détails à la fin. Ben tant mieux, tu vas les redécouvrir avec nous. It was wrapped up all nice, so I never would have guessed what was inside. Human bones. Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones.
Wrong.
Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. And that guy in the box? My father. What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box? Those bones? That body? That's my father. Or at least what left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on. How can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information that we have already, that's the only possible answer. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the master is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that is somewhere in this school right now. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in the old school since the killing game began are those 16 students. Donc logiquement, il était déjà mort. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us, 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume,
in other words,
that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption. Anyway, as Kyoko explained or analyzed this, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point, she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties, but was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope Speak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something the true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Ok, fait qu'on a les ossements de son père. On a la photo qui est là, guys. This picture. C'est clairement Kyoko quand elle était toute petite. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, in this picture, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko.
why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free from the past, and yet... to now find something like this? So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again? And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on? Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Oh my god. Y a-t-il quelque chose là-dedans? This filling cabinet seems like the kind of place you'd find a clue. I should take a closer look, but I don't think Kyoko would like some stranger like me touching or that stuff.
Hey.
It's fine. Check whatever you want. Are you sure? Okay then. I went through each drawer, one by one, starting from the top, but all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
Well?
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
Now,
If he couldn't, even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. Oh my god. Ok, le bureau. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a dans le bureau? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? The headmaster desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's desk without her permission. Hey. Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
Because...
never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay, then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I open all the desk drawers and look inside. I rummage through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Oh, is this... It's a handbook, right? And it has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster desk.
In other words,
A handbook with no limitation, given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably right.
it would seem...
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? But Kyoko, I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it there. Then I guess I take it. Is it really okay? Hey, on va pouvoir l'utiliser peut-être pour les lockers qu'on vient de fouiller.
Hey,
Listen, Makoto. Can I ask you a favor? Bien sûr, c'est quoi le favor? A favor, what is it?
so...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it will only inconvenience you that much more, but
Hey,
could you leave?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little. I need
Just a
to
second.
get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your father, with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and souls. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the fact of what happened, what I went through. That problem can be solved so easily. You're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway...
Once I've got myself under control, I return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I see you later. Good! Y avait-il autre chose ici à investiguer? No, get it. Is she really okay? Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading Oathspeak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Oathspeak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. All seems possible, even likely, that he is somewhere in the school right now. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind. Which means the mastermind's true identity is... Vous le savez comme moi, on l'a déjà tout vu. Ok, c'est un des 16 étudiants, on le skip. 15 of us met in the hall, mail hall. In the mail hall? C'est une faute, ça, j'imagine. Main hall? Right? Ça peut pas être... En tout cas. Add Mukuro to the mix, and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Clairement, everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are... me, Byakuya. Ça en fait beaucoup de corps, mais hein. Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyugo. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. Wait, no, that can be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Il y avait rien d'autre que tu pouvais vérifier là. La chaise? I can imagine a student using something like this. It must have been the headmaster. Okay. Ça c'est quand même très drôle. C'est sûr que ça en fait beaucoup de morts, c'est sûr que 100%. Hey. guys, je sais pas pour vous, mais moi, je veux aller revisiter la fameuse girafe pour voir si le fameux e-book peut ouvrir les lockers. Si oui, j'espère qu'il va tous les ouvrir en même temps pour que j'aille pas à les faire un par un. Wait, but what about the emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Okay, let's give it one more try. Sérieux? Est-ce que tu me laisses... I take the emergency handbook and run that across the card reader and... beep. Alright, just what I was hoping for. Now let's see what we've got inside. This locker is totally disorganized. C'est clairement le locker des héros. Whoever it belonged to probably has organization problem in every part of their life. This is a crystal ball? A crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Well, mais si tu regardes tout ce qu'il y a là-dedans, there's all kind of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order, and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying, that I can't really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw. But the moment I look inside the notebook, any sense of laziness I may have had evaporated. What? Il est marqué Yashuhiro Agakure. There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yashuhiro Agakure. Is this our Yashuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? Ça explique pourquoi on a vu les photos avec tout le monde qui se connaissait. No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us, and we were all stuck into the civil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So, what is this notebook? Un lavage de cerveau, peut-être? Il y a rien d'autre. Ah oui, il y a quelque chose ici. Okay. Is this a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for dealing fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? Non, c'est pas une coïncidence. On va pouvoir toutes les ouvrir. I don't see anything that might be a clue. Okay. Oh! There's juste un carnet. There's just one thing. Some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. But there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. It looks like a girl's handwriting. And all the letters are spaced out evenly. Like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Genre comme Kiro. Whoever wrote this have been really meticulous. I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there. Words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Ospec into a shelter and isolate the students here in the communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. That's it. C'est sûr, elle est super cartéline, comme on dit, comme personnalité. Donc, tout ordonné pis tout ça. Pas sûr que j'ai le bon mot. En tout cas, vous savez de quoi je voulais dire. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student proteges safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world, to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belonged to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. Mais elle a perdu la mémoire. I listened to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just happened to be my headmaster and my father's. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Despairs walked among us, and so we survived. J'ai pas eu le temps de tout lire. Je pensais qu'il allait l'écrire en bas. Désolé, guys. What is this? What does this mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? And so we survive. There's a second despair. Okay. But the more I see, the less sense it makes. Because those lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belonged to Hiro, and a pocketbook that seems like it belonged to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation, but if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward, and I have to believe in everyone. Nope, I don't see anything that could be a clue. On va toutes les faire juste par précaution. Non, toujours rien. Les autres sont tous défoncés, fait que c'est le dernier qui est... Non plus. Fait qu'il y avait rien à part les deux lockers qui étaient là. Tout ça c'est défoncé, fait qu'on n'aura pas rien de nulle part là-dedans. Ok, c'est intéressant. Bon, où c'est qu'on s'en va par la suite? Si on les fait en ordre, on s'en va au 4e étage, right? Si on les fait en ordre. On a fait le 2e floor, les dorms, 4e floor, le data center, puis le headmaster room. Fait qu'on va aller là. Le reste c'est tout au 5e étage. Ah bah on aurait pu se téléporter, ouais. On va commencer par celle-là, qui est le Headmaster's Room. Let's go. Qui va avoir dans cette pièce-là? Byakuya. Good. This is the Headmaster's Room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Oh, Makoto, it's you. Oh, Byakuya. Ok. Il y a beaucoup d'affaires qu'on peut interagir avec. On va clearer les 2 affaires inutiles en partant. Et voilà. Et voilà. C'est fait. Il y a une belle étagère en arrière de Byakuya. The bookshelf seems really well made, and it's filled with files and thick books. Ok. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire, Byakuya? Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? Yep. Qu'est-ce que t'as proposé? What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. It was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class 78 student registry. It contains profile for all of us and Mukuro.
So in
apparently, Class 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room...
I see.
That's right. It's also mentioned class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers,
In other words,
there can be no doubt Mukuro was the student here at Hope Peak Academy just like the rest of us. Mukuro Ikuzawa, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seems that Kyoko wasn't in a hurry. What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven terrain, the way the paper had been crumpled. She must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get it as fast as possible. But what's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct, Mukuro's profile actually contained 2 pages. What?
so in other words,
When it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mukuro that we still didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself.
interesting.
I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was off listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. Mukuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background an entity floats, close but just out of reach. The entity was known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now, I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay my attention to Mukuro's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope Peaks, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scar. That fact alone proved her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students, after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mukuro was a part of the Ultimate Despair? I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean Mukuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why? Why would they kill Mukuro? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means that the Mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was?
What?
What's wrong, Magolo?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought. But I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file that you should note. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before? A girl who seems to be included as part of a class 78? That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds, and it even lists her vitals 31, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? What do I think? Are you asking me like if she has a nice body? Passe,
Stop talking.
You hopeless student idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Ça revient sur le fait que j'ai l'impression que c'est peut-être pas Mukuro qu'on a vu. Hein? Qui est mort? Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean? Exactly. Wait, is he trying to say? There's a chance the body isn't actually Mukuro? Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible. But it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so I suggest you pay attention. Advice for me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko well. Quite well. It's not that we're getting along. She's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her.
In other words,
The cost of that fight might be more than you can afford. What are you trying to say? What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch? But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't. As you will. I keep it in mind. Thanks. Look, regardez. Class 78, student registry. Apparently that's us. It has profile on me and everyone I meet at the beginning, and Mukuro. Just like us, Mukuro was apparently a new student here at Oak Peak. Mukuro Ikuzaba, parts of the ultimate despair, which means her and the mastermind should have been allies. But then, why would the mastermind kill her? Weren't they friends? Toutes les papiers à terre. There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious. C'est clair que c'est Kyoko quand elle a fouillé. Hey, c'est le même katana. There are trophies and even a shield in the display case. On a tout regardé ce qu'on avait regardé ici, fait qu'on s'en va. Yes. Data center maintenant. Whoop. Let's go! Hey, Hina!
Hey, Makoto.
Hi, Makoto. Are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured, if all the doors in the school had been unlocked, that one should be open too, right?
But,
Although I couldn't bring myself to open it. Because it might explode, right? And that really sucked. So you open it? I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Oh. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Wait! Let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. Bon, merci. Hina raised over to another by desk and hid underneath it. Oh my god. Okay, go ahead! Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here it goes. Nothing. I threw all my weight to do it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. On est rentré dans l'autre bureau. C'est les contrôles de Monokuma, guys. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was, whoa! This place is totally sci-fi? Yeah, I was kinda thinking the same thing. What is this device? It looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top, though. Like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kinda looks like a mech cockpit, right? If you mean, you'd probably freak out if you saw it. Cockpit. So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. That then could that mean,
Okay.
alright, let's start poking at it, or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. Hold on! You can just, or whatever, something like this. But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one, the button that says data center. Data center. I took a good look at the control panel and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. And then just like Ina said, there was one labeled data center. That must be the one she pushed. But the data center, that's right. So that's right next door. The room we were just in. That's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably better go check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now. So I just cheer you from over here. Right, avec un Monokuma qui est rentré dans la pièce. did I just hear what I think I heard? Is that Monokuma? Hey! Growl! Give me all your donuts! Is that you, Aina?
What?
What? Ah, man, busted! How did you know about the donut?
Say what?
Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling?
Hello.
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
I guess what I found? A self-destruct button. No, touche pas ça, touche pas ça. Whatever you do, don't push it.
Too bad.
Oh man. Were you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that's it all, is it? The room with the Monokuma drawing on it and the control panel inside. Est-ce qu'on peut vérifier d'autres choses, guys? Whoa! Hey, Makoto! What the heck was that just now? Monokuma? What do you mean? What you were controlling just now, it was Monokuma. Monokuma? What? For real? Yup. It looks like that panel directly controlled Monokuma, which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room, and this control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words,
Hey.
maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Elle avait raison! Kyoko was right. But if the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if that is true... Vous savez ce que ça dit? C'est un de nous, donc les 16 étudiants. Then the mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student. No, it can't be. There's no way, right? Okay, intéressant. What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face of you're making. Oh no, it's nothing. Okay. Oh, what about you? Is everything okay? Hello, fine. Oh well, it's just... This is where the mastermind been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something. I can't say it isn't impossible. But I really hope it's not true. So like... You wanna leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. We can't waste all our time sitting around here. Okay, you wanna get going? Yeah. Le plancher, il y a une trappe. What's wrong, Makoto? Let's hurry up and get out of here. Oh, come on, je peux plus vérifier la trappe, maudit. Click. As soon as the door to the test center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? Ah, the door! It just locked on its own. What? My hand shot out to grab the door knob. You're right, it's locked, but why? Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma?
Just a second.
Hey, no fair! You can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like.
Hey.
It's for your benefit. Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone will get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving. Then that room,
Yep.
as you may have guessed, that's where my controls are. So, right now you're being operated by someone in that room?
Yes, indeed.
Correct, Mundo.
You're a liar.
But that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there and we didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't? Did you? Oh, are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? No way. The hatch on the floor? Too bad. That was your one big chance and you blew it. À cause de Enoch when it's on free. Of course, that hatch can be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace! He's gone, but... Was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in here? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure.
Huh?
Then, when I said we should leave, well, that hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice! You've got me all motivated again.
You got it.
Okay, I'm out. See ya later. And I took off at a full spirit. And I had to do what I can, too. Apparemment, il y a plusieurs animés de Danganronpa. That's the only way forward. Qui contrôlait Monokuma à la fin? Puis on est vraiment juste 16 dans l'école, ça veut dire qu'un de nous nous a trahi encore une fois. Donc, qui est dans la pièce qu'on vient de fermer et qui contrôle Monokuma. On va probablement le découvrir ensemble au courant des prochains épisodes. Si vous voulez voir l'action en live, vous allez voir le lien Twitch juste ici. Sinon, vous pouvez toujours le retrouver dans la description de cette vidéo. Je vous souhaite de passer une excellente fin de journée ou une excellente fin de soirée, tout dépendant de ce qui s'applique à vous. Et surtout, prenez soin de vous. À la prochaine. Bye bye.